My name's Mike Allison. I'm the village manager, village clerk, and for the moment, we're asking for a president pro tem. Let's establish a quorum. Roll call, please.
Mayor Byrne, Trustee Schultz, Trustee Schwartz,
Here.
Trustee Williams,
Here.
Trustee Hebda, Trustee Cook, Trustee Markle.
Here.
And to accomplish that president pro tem, is there a motion by someone to nominate?
Motion to ask that Trustee Barbara Williams be made President Pro Tem in the absence of Mayor Byrne tonight.
Second it.
Roll call.
Trustee Schwartz,
Aye.
Trustee Williams,
Aye.
Trustee Hebda,
Aye.
Trustee Cook, Trustee Markle,
Aye.
Trustee Schultz.
Okay, as a motion carries, since we've had a roll call already, could everybody stand and join me in the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Thank you. Okay, are there any citizens that wish to address the board on any item that's not on our agenda for later? Nope. Okay. There's a proclamation. Where is it?
It was a yellow form, wasn't it?
Proclamation for National Drunk and Drugged Driving 3D Prevention Month for December.
Different color sheet, wasn't it?
You might just read it off.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
over there.
You want? I have it on. Oh, did you find it?
No.
Should I just read it?
Yes, would
I
you
got-
please?
Okay.
We'll have
Let
it
me,
for-
this is a proclamation, National Drunk and Drug Driving Prevention Month, December of 2012. Whereas motor vehicle crashes killed 918 people in Illinois during 2011, and whereas hundreds of those deaths involved a driver impaired by alcohol and or drugs, and whereas the December holiday season is traditionally one of the most deadly times of the year for impaired driving, and whereas for thousands of families across the state and nation, holidays are a time to remember loved ones lost. And whereas organizations across the state and nation are joined with the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over and other campaigns that foster public awareness of the dangers of impaired driving and anti-impaired driving law enforcement efforts. Whereas the Village of Vernon Hills is proud to partner with the Illinois Department of Transportation's Division of Traffic Safety and other traffic safety groups in that effort to make our roads and streets safer. Now, therefore, I, Roger L. Byrne, Village President, do hereby proclaim December 2012 as Drunk and Drug Driving 3D Prevention Month in the Village of Vernon Hills, and do hereby call upon all citizens, government, agencies, business leaders, hospitals, healthcare providers, schools, and public and private institutions to promote awareness of the impaired driving problem, to support programs and policies to reduce the incidence of impaired driving, and to promote safer and healthier behaviors regarding the use of alcohol and other drugs this December holiday season and throughout the year, dated this 4th day of December, 2012.
Thank you. That's quite a proclamation there. Did you write that?
I just read it.
Oh,
I didn't-
okay.
I didn't make it up right now.
Just checking. It was a little long, but that's okay. I like it. Yes. All joking aside, it's really is something that needs to be brought to everyone's attention, and be careful out there during this holiday season. We want to see everybody back here. The next item is Village Manager's Report.
Thank you, Trustee Williams. The first one, just to remind everybody of special committee, the whole meeting next week, Wednesday, December 12th at 7 p.m. It'll be a Village Park liaison meeting, but it'll be a little different because the major topic will be the Vernon Hills Athletic Complex, the VHAC. So we'll be discussing some issues, and we've invited all the stakeholders, and the mayor and you, Trustee Williams, play a prominent role in that, but everyone obviously is urged to attend. So, and then if I might, one other thing, that to the delight of the village clerks across the great state of Illinois, the Christmas Eve will not now be the day where you have, it's the last moment to file your nominating papers for the April election. It is now, the governor signed the bill, it's now going to be December 26th at 5 p.m. So let me just go through the dates. And this will be on our website, and each of you have a copy, but December 17th, 2012, that would be the first day you'd be able to file your nomination papers at the Village Hall at 8:30 a.m. And in case there is a tie for those coming in with the nomination papers, we would have a lottery to choose who appears first on the ballot. December 26th, as I mentioned, that would be the day that the last day you can file your nominating papers, and that would be at the end of that business day, 5 p.m. Then, as I mentioned, the simultaneous filing lottery is on the 27th, the day after, and we would pick the lottery number and then choose the, as I mentioned, the first person on a ballot if that's necessary. Otherwise, as you know, they are placed on the ballot as the nominating papers come in. And then the last day to file objections to nominating petitions is January 4th, 2013. And that can be filed up to, again, 5 p.m. that day. So, again, this will all be on the website for anybody that wants to have that information, the specifics. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. The next department head with the speaking part would be Public Works Department.
Thank you very much. Wanted to share our road rehab program, the proposed one for next year, 2013. We've got a good mix of different areas. We are looking at New Century Town residential, Franklin Place, MacArthur Court, Taylor Court, Cleveland Court, Pierce Court, and Hayes Court. So, as you're aware, really off of Greenleaf to the south, adjacent to the swimming pool area, as we all know, on the south side. We've also met with the Homeowners Association president, and we don't want to improve these are some of the streets that were done and street dedication. They were private streets, they're dedicated to the village. Some of it's public, some of it's still private. We didn't want to just improve our public sections and leave them with deteriorating roadways. So we've coordinated with them. They're going to file for a building permit. We're going to help them with their assessment and inspections like we would anyone else. And so we're going to do it in concert with them. So that's one area, the New Century Town residential. We're also looking at Center, and we call it Baby R Us Road, but it's actually New Century Street. So that's in dire need, so we're recommending that also. Then we're looking to complete one of the last sections of the Deer Path area that we've been spending multiple years addressing. So those specific streets are Atlantic, Alpine, April, Autumn, and Amber Lane. And we are also going to do Sullivan Drive and resurface that. One of our parade routes, heavily traveled roadway. So that's the program that we're recommending for next year. And one other item I wanted to share with you is this is the year we're also proposing to use METRA funds to redo the original section of the METRA parking lot. It's been there for quite a few years, and it does need some maintenance. So that's not motor fuel tax money. It's going to be bid separately, but that is an ancillary program that we wanted to recommend to the board. We'll do this all as part of our normal CIP process, but we always like to get this out in front. If you have any questions about those roadways, please share it with us, but we'd like to move forward. We like to bid the project out before any of the other municipalities and agencies, because we have got really good bid prices by doing that. So we're trying to get things to IDOT and improve things. Where we're headed in the future, you know, we've all experienced, you know, back in the day, our development boom. So we've basically completed the Deer Path area. Now we need to start looking at a 5-year plan, which areas we would move towards. We're looking at new Century Town areas that need some help. And it's not too far down the road. 1997 was our Greg's Landing first streets. So if you do the math, they're 15 years old, some of the original streets. So as part of the capital improvement program, we will be discussing with the board. It may be a good time to have all of our streets, a pavement management inventory, have the roads dynaflected, find out what condition they are, and that'll help us with a roadmap on future streets. But I don't want to bore you with all the details. We can talk about that as part of the capital improvement program. So, any input on the road program? If not, this is what we're recommending.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the omnibus vote, and that would be for items A through
Okay.
K. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second. Pull item F, item F will be pulled, so we'll, okay, oops, wait a minute, I just lost it. There it is. Item F is going to be pulled, so it's A through E and G through K. Okay? Roll call,
Motion.
please.
So,
There's a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call, please?
We'll table it.
Trustees Williams,
Aye.
Hebda,
Aye.
Cook, Markwart,
aye.
Schultz, Schwartz.
Aye. Motion carries. For item F, is there a motion?
There was.
One, if you want to
I should
recuse,
recuse myself.
yeah, so
Okay.
there would be a motion to table to the 18th of December.
Okay, 'cause we don't-
And then Larry, we can just do that resolution on the 18th, right? Yeah.
Is that fine? Everybody's fine with that? Okay.
So if there's a motion.
Item
that-
F will be tabled until the 18th. Is there a motion?
Why don't we do a motion to continue to the 18th, so we don't have to take it off the table?
Oh, okay, just
Okay.
continue it, okay.
Continuing? Continue that one till the 18th? Okay, that would be a good idea.
Continue F.
But wasn't it just 12?
Motion to continue
Motion to continue then,
12-5.
to the 12th, isn't it?
Yes.
to the 12th,
Mark, put the motion.
Okay.
or the 18th,
18th.
the 18th.
18th.
Trustees Hebda,
Aye.
Cook, Markwart,
Aye.
Schultz, Schwartz,
Aye.
Williams.
Aye. Okay. Is there a motion for approval of Kemper voucher list of
Got to continue that,
Have to
too.
do-
We need
that
4
one, too.
votes, right?
bills December the
Yeah,
14th,
so
in the amount of,
need to continue that, I'm sorry, till the 18th
18th.
also.
okay?
Motion to continue item A
A.
till the 18th.
Okay, there's a motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, roll call, please.
Trustees Cook, Markwart,
Aye.
Schultz, Schwartz,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Hebda.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of November the 20th?
Motion to approve?
Second.
There's a motion and a second, roll call.
Trustees Markwart,
Aye.
Schultz, Schwartz,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Hebda,
Aye.
Cook.
Motion carries. Is there any new business to come before the board this evening? Being none, it looks like we need to recess.
No.
You want to adjourn?
We have 2 items in executive session. One's property disposition, the other one is litigation, and there's no
Nothing to come
action
back.
required
Okay,
afterwards.
so just the
can
announcement,
adjourn.
we will be going into executive session, and we will not be returning to the board meeting at the end of that meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So made.
Second.
Is there a motion and a second? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. How close is Raj, or should we keep going?
Keep going.
Keep going. Okay, let me get over there. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. I'm sorry, let's call the committee meeting to order. And then that first item is approval of the committee of the whole minutes from November the 20th.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Motion and a second. All the, roll call, please.
Trustee Schwartz,
Aye.
Williams,
Aye.
Hebda,
Aye.
Cook, Markwart,
Aye.
Schultz.
Motion carries. Next item is request from All Stars on Board for approval of Fatcade renovations to their facility located at Westfield Hawthorne Mall.
Thank you. I can give you a brief update as the applicant comes up to
Okay.
the. This new restaurant, as you may know by now, would be located between Macy's and J.C. Penney's in the space formerly occupied by McCarthy's. The renovation would include removal of all the existing drive-it on the north and west facades. The existing aluminum frame doors and windows would remain with no changes. There would be 6-inch by 24-inch porcelain tiles that resemble wood, shown on the display there, that would be located on the bottom half of each facade. And then there'd be a metal canopy that would be installed above the windows and extended along the full length of both facades. The finish of the canopy would match that of the existing windows. And then finally, there would be 2x2 porcelain tiles that would be installed above the canopy, and that would be the lighter color material sample in front of you. And that would extend from the canopy to the underside of the parapet coping. Also, there's a color rendering up there for you to look at and also attached to your packet. And for tonight's meeting, if the committee feels that the facade renovation is appropriate, then staff should be directed to prepare an ordinance approving the renovations in accordance with the conditions outlined in your packet. And again, the applicant here is here to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Could you state your name for the clerk,
John
please?
Berta.
Thank you.
Am I on? Hello?
There we go.
There you go.
John Berta.
Okay, John.
Yeah, as Mike had said, just to paraphrase again, we're taking the existing, this is the existing McCarthy's over by the mall. It's all under new ownership. The interior is, the inside's being remodeled as well, and right now we're just focusing on the exterior. And like Mike pointed out, we're actually taking everything off the existing facade, which is the drive-in material, leaving the windows the way they are and doors, and then we'll reclad the front two facades, the north and the west, with that the lower wood tile, I should say porcelain tile that looks like wood, and then as Mike said, we'll go up to the top with a new 2x2 tile, and then create a new canopy to kind of break that up, but keep it all tied together. The existing outdoor patio is staying where it is, but we're actually going to reclad those masonry piers with the same type of tile here to tie everything back in together. And then obviously we'll re-landscape around the outside. And then you know, the existing mall doors, those will all stay the same. And inside that canopy, we'll actually have under canopy lighting recessed to shine down, as well as shine up onto the new upper area as well.
Very good. Trustee Hebda?
Mike, how does this fit in with the renovations being presented by Westfield? And I'm assuming that they've talked or discussed
Yes.
how that impacts what they're going to do.
It's actually very complementary to what
Is it?
is
Okay.
being proposed at the main entry. The original design had stone at the base. I think it was rubble stone or some other kind of
Right, it
stone.
was like a
And-
river rock.
And looked more like and it looked good in and of itself, kind of like an old Irish pub kind of a look, but wouldn't have been complementary with the design of the main entry that had clean lines and a clean look. And so we worked through a new design, and this is what's before you tonight.
And you've gone to Westfield and talked to them as
Oh, yeah.
well, and they've looked at it?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure, because
Yeah.
I know they're
Oh, yeah.
going to be doing their work too, and you don't
Yeah.
want to do something then that doesn't fit in with the character of what they're trying to do at the mall.
Yeah, we worked hand in hand with.
Is
two-
it who's our lead person for Westfield? The architect there.
Hide Kashima.
So you've met with him?
We didn't meet with him, but we met with the two other people that to go back and talk to him.
Okay,
Two of Emily Lee and Caroline
Okay.
Kramer, yeah.
okay.
Can you give us an overview of like what type of a restaurant it is?
It's a, you want to give a good example? This is actually Peter, the owner. I mean, in terms of the food we're going to be serving, it's going to be, yeah. Come on up.
Come on up and you get a speaking part.
Sorry. It's almost equivalent to a simple sports bar theme, but just quality food, clean atmosphere.
So you have lots of TVs.
Not really a lot, because I've been doing restaurant business for about 15 years. I'm a big sports fan. I don't like a lot of TVs. I think I'm putting in about 24 60-inch. So I'm going to have less TVs, but a bigger, clearer picture. So it's going to be a clean-cut restaurant. So, yeah, along the lines of a sports bar restaurant, but clean, quality food, simple, not too much gourmet,
Okay,
just clean, simple food.
great.
Trustee Markler?
I was following with the same comment, though, is that with the new design of Westfield, this would tie in with it, because I thought they had more of silver panels and this isn't, I have to admit, I like the design. I actually like the wood, it's a ceramic type of tile?
It's a
or
porcelain.
Porcelain, rather?
Yeah, it's porcelain.
So I find it very attractive.
Yeah, it's a 6-inch by 24-inch piece of tile, so it'll give that nice plank look effect.
The elevation, the proposed elevation for the entrance, which would be the northwest entrance to the mall, will provide a contrast. There will be a contrast both in terms of the materials and also the colors. So again, it appears that it'll be very complementary. The plan that you have in your packet is the approved plan by, as reviewed by Westfield. So they are aware of it in terms of what they were proposing for this entrance to the building. So there will be a contrast. I think it will work probably pretty well overall. It won't stand out or anything like that, but again, it provides another use and opportunity for this location that will be complementary long-term to the mall and what they're trying to accomplish there. So,
What kind of signage are we going to need to require for this? I see in our packet we've got some signs, but I don't see anything on here.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're working right now with Westfield to confirm.
Okay.
We have a couple of samples, which we will forward on to, as soon as Westfield approves them, then we'll go ahead and,
Okay.
and ask the village for approval. But we have a couple of ideas in mind, and I think we might have put one on. Mike, is that correct?
Yeah, the rendering they have shows the sign.
Yeah, it does show.
We haven't gotten a detailed sign package yet, or dimension drawings or anything. It's their intent to fully comply with the requirements of the sign code.
Are they going to have to backlight it or light it or illuminate it somehow?
Internally illuminated.
Internally,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Any further questions?
You're still going to do outdoor seating?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm got my questions answered. Thank you.
You okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
You're good.
Just making sure. I just want to make sure that it meets up with Westfield too, so we don't have another piece that we have to go back and redo because it doesn't fit in with the character of what they're doing with their renovations.
With
And
the
as long as
renovations,
they've
right.
seen it and signed off on it, then that's
Yeah,
good.
tonight's meeting is a culmination of about a 6-week review process at staff level. Westfield's been involved, and we have something before you that I think will look really good with the renovated entry to the mall.
I'll make a motion to approve pending review of signage.
Yeah, thank you.
And then, so that would be a motion directing staff to prepare an ordinance
Yes.
approving the facade? Okay.
Yes.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. I agree. I like the facade. I especially like that light part. It looks a little bit like a waterfall. Went through there and cut the rock out. I like it.
Yeah.
Looks very nice.
That's nice.
There's a motion and a second. Any other comments or questions? There being none, can we have a roll call, please?
Trustees Williams,
Aye.
Hebda,
Aye.
Cook, Markwart,
Aye.
Schultz, Schwartz.
Aye.
Motion carries.
If
Thank
I
you.
may very quickly, we'll put this on the December 18th omnibus agenda for formal approval. but the applicant has requested to be able to start some of the work on the outside prior to the date. So I wanted to ask the board's permission if that would be okay for them to start some of that work.
I so because it's
I
just.
Sure.
don't have a problem with that.
No problem, no, it's fine.
Great, great, thank you.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, welcome aboard.
Great. Okay, the next item on our agenda is Red Line Cellars, concept presentation and consideration of a text amendment to the liquor and license control, liquor and license code allowing online sale of wine.
Thank you, and I can give a brief summary on this one too. This is a new business concept whereby orders of wine would be received via the internet and shipped directly to the customer by way of UPS or FedEx. Customers would not be able to purchase wine on site. It would be just through the internet. I guess theoretically it could be by phone or mail too, but principally by the internet. Wine products would be obtained from a distributor and stored at their facility, which would be located in Rogers Office Park. Again, the facility would only be used to warehouse the products and also for office functions. Nothing more than that. Rogers Office Park is located within Continental Executive Park, and an office warehouse use is permitted within this district. However, the village's liquor and licensing code does not identify this type of use and offer a license classification for it. So if the committee felt that this was a license that is justified, then an amendment creating a classification for the internet sale of wine would need to be completed prior to your consideration for a liquor license. So attached to your packet is draft language amending the liquor code, creating a new liquor classification for the internet sale of wine, and that's there for your review. Also attached is a business plan from Redline Cellars. And so for tonight's meeting, if the committee feels that the amendment and this use is appropriate, then staff should be directed to amend the liquor code, creating a new liquor classification for the internet sale of wine.
It's online, too.
And that would be subject to review by the village attorney. And the owner of this proposed establishment, Mr. Krupka, is here to answer any questions that you may have.
Would sales tax be charged?
Larry? Would sales tax be
Yes.
charged?
Sales tax within the state of Illinois.
Even though it's online? Sales?
Sale
Is this
in the state,
in
yeah,
Okay.
anything outside, that's.
Interesting. Go ahead. Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm fine. Would you state your name for the clerk, please?
My name's Eric Krupka.
Thank you. So this is quite a adventure, it sounds like you're going into here.
Not really. I've started a lot of businesses. I own a bunch of different businesses, so it's just something new that we wanted to do. And I love wine, so might as well get into the wine business. And basically, as you can see in the business plan, we just found a niche. A lot of people I do business with can't get high-end wine, or even, let's just say, middle market wine. And so we just figured Chicago's the second largest liquor market in America. Might as well use the availability of the wine to sell it to them in other states. So primarily the wine will be sold to other states. If anybody in Illinois wants to do it, they have to do it over the internet, the phone, and such, and then it'll be shipped to them. Nobody's going to come to the office and pick up wine. It's not a bricks and mortar store.
So it's strictly internet, period.
Strictly internet.
Interesting concept.
Are there any concerns from staff on this?
Well, our concern, there were some concerns, and we've worked that into our amendments. Number one is, you know, in Continental Executive Park, we weren't really confident that a use where customers would come to the site and purchase it would be appropriate for that development. There's actually wording in the annexation agreement that would allow retail sale of alcohol with a special use permit, but we were concerned that it wouldn't be compatible with the adjoining office uses and warehouse uses. So the amendment clearly states that customers could not come to the site to purchase the wine it could only be purchased over the phone, by mail, or over the internet, and that's it. So that alleviated that concern.
And shipped to the.
It's shipped directly to the
Direct.
customer.
Thank you.
And then the other concern, and that's with respect to the liquor code. The other concern was with respect to zoning. The original proposal would be for him operating from the 75 Hawthorne building, the building at the corner of Lakeview Parkway and Town Line Road, and that's located in an OR&D district, which is really professional offices, and we didn't think the warehousing of wine was a compatible use in that district, and we weren't prepared to recommend an amendment to the zoning code to allow it to be there. So we asked that he find a location, and an appropriate location, that's zoned BP Business Park, and he's done so. So staff's original concerns have been alleviated by the applicant's response to find a new location and by the language we have in the proposed amendment.
Did you have a question?
We did have quite an extensive conversation, because we also had somebody talk to us about delivering to homes, beer and wine, and just a whole bunch of different ideas. And when we thought this whole thing through, Peapod, for example, will deliver alcohol to your house as part of your food order. There's also wine distributors. You know, you see them all the time, like the Wall Street Journal, whatever. You can order wine that's distributed in a similar way. So, you know, after thinking about it, it almost became just really a zoning issue. And Mike addressed that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like some of those requests where, you know, you're at home and you can pick up the phone and order, you know, a 12-pack of beer to be delivered to your house, and those that kind of use, obviously, we had a concern with. This use is similar to, you know, you go on vacation and you taste some really good wine and have it mailed back to your house.
Right.
I mean, it's similar to that kind of use, only it's more convenient. Now you can do it from your home and order on the internet and have it shipped directly to your house. It's not in connection with a catering establishment. It's just simply the internet sale of wine.
What are the time frames, of course, in an order? How long shipping process or time frame?
Well, we're not going to carry hundreds of wines. We've focused on about 20 different producers who have, you know, 6 or 7 wines in their portfolio. So, I mean, it only take a day. Once the order comes in, we'll be able to ship it out the same day or the next day. We've looked at our competitors. I mean, it's no different than like wine.com. If you want to go there and shop around to find the best price, and then they ship it to you. The company that we're going to use is in your packet for the software is Vin65. They're the largest winery software company in the world. They do all the biggest Opus One and Quintessa. They all use their software. So they do all compliance too. So say in Alabama, which is a very strict state, we can't ship there. Or if somebody in a certain county wanted to buy, it won't allow us to ship there. It'll flag it and say the order can't go through. So we're going to pay them an extra, you know, charge each month to do the compliance. And then as far as like FedEx or UPS, we haven't decided which one we'll use yet. Adult has to sign for it. I get wine every month, and we, you know, belong to lots of clubs. Adult has to be there. If somebody's not there, they'll take it back, try to deliver, you know, the next day or a couple days. Otherwise, you got to go get it yourself at the office. So.
Okay. That was my question: is you don't leave the wine on the porch? Someone's got to sign for it, and I assume they have to be of legal age to sign it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we've gotten hundreds of shipments to my house, and if we're not there, they just leave a note. You weren't there. We'll try to re-deliver tomorrow. Okay. They don't just leave it there. No, I mean they know that, you know, they'll get in trouble for that too.
So if I'm not home and no one's there to sign for it from your particular location, then you leave a note that you're going to try to re-deliver.
Yeah. So UPS will say we're going to try to re-deliver to you tomorrow, and then if you're not there tomorrow, I mean, I don't know. I think maybe they do 3 attempts.
Okay.
And then they'll say, you know, you need to come to our.
So then they're going to have to come to your facility to pick up if they've
tried. They'll go to UPS's facility. To pick
No, you'll
up
have to go to UPS's facility.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then say I have a package.
They can't go to you.
Right. It's not going to come back to us. It's
going to go to UPS, and they're going to have to
exactly.
sign it there. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
Interesting. Does the legal department have any qualms there?
No, just have to go through the licensing requirements of the village and the state.
Right.
But no legal issues.
And one other, Larry.
Chief?
Chief, do you have any problems with this? I know Larry wants the money.
You do a
Forget it.
background check on this guy?
I know we have not done
Do
one
you
yet.
have to do a background check? on
I
it?
would suggest that we do
I
that.
think
think that would be
Yeah, we
part
had
of the-
2 hearings here
the
earlier on.
No, it's fine. I know,
Yeah,
I know what we're getting into here, so I'm not worried about it.
yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see that in the amendment if we go ahead with this,
Background.
that we would have to have the background checks done.
We can reference that section of the code so
Right.
that it would tie it back to having to comply with all the background, all those requirements.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that staff prepare the necessary ordinance, and it be approved subject to a background check.
Very good.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. Can we have a roll call, please?
Trustees Hebda,
Aye?
Cook, Marport,
Aye.
Schultz, Schwartz,
Aye.
Williams.
Aye. Motion's carried.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, I got, find my agenda here, lost it. I think that's the last thing we have. Is there anything else to come before the committee? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to
We'll
adjourn.
go into executive
And go to
session.
executive session, of course. And as I stated, we will not be coming back up.
Second.
So motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Chief, is that?
I